All right, guys, happy off season from fantasy football as we get ready for Super Bowl this weekend. Today in this episode, I'm going to talk about 3 wide receivers that have a ton of upside going into 2023 that are going to be decent value. Okay, guys, short and sweet. Trying to pepper in some content here in the offseason. Again, as we are preparing for 2023, we got the Super Bowl this weekend. Chiefs, Eagles, going to be an interesting one for sure. You're probably listening to this after the Super Bowl most likely, so I won't dive into too much on the Super Bowl prediction. I may do a separate video specifically on that, or maybe just do a short on that, okay? Now, if you're new to the channel, make sure you guys are subscribed and drop a comment below. Let me know who you think is an upside wide receiver for 2023 fantasy football. Dive into the comments, guys. We do not let up. We go year round. And of course, pre-order the 16-round draft solution. Use code EARLYLION. Save yourself 25% for the lowest price this season. At the time of this recording, we're recording this in February. You get it for the lowest price this season. I've linked it below. Use code EARLYLION, guys. 16 rounds. Get in right now. Sleepers, breakouts, optimal players drafted each round. It is the solution to help you guys crush your leagues. So get in right now. All right. Thumbs up, comment, and in the comments below, drop it below. Upside wide receiver. I'll give you my 3 right now, okay? First one here, I talked about him in my upside video. I wanted to talk about him again. I just did a video recently. Garrett Wilson. I want to talk about the upside here. He was a first-round pick, 10th overall, okay, last year. Finished 21st. Now, again, a lot of wide receivers, particularly rookies, or it doesn't even matter. There's even second-year, third-year wide receivers. They were in scenarios where there was quarterback problems. I think the league is having quarterback problems because you've got your elite, you got your Mahomes, you got your Hurts, you got your Josh Allens of the world. But then there's so many people that are just dwindling. You had your Mariota this year that was in there. Flacco was in there for some touchdowns and plays. There was just Zach Wilson. Are we sure that he's the real deal? Tannehill's coming down to the end of his career. Matt Ryan sucked. It just goes on and on. There isn't really good quarterbacks. Derek Carr's done nothing for the team in reality, but he's still usable, right? There's a lot of serviceable quarterbacks, but none that are just upper tier, right? That's the problem. The league's having a quarterback problem. Now, we're coming into a year where there's some good quarterbacks coming into the league, which is a good thing, and hopefully that'll help some of these wide receivers, not even the ones I'm mentioning, but in general. So let's talk about the first one again. Garrett Wilson, like I said, first round pick, 10th overall. Okay, he had a disaster at quarterback. It was White, it was Wilson, Zach Wilson, it was Joe Flacco. It was a disaster. Still managed to finish 21st amongst wide receivers. And I'm talking upside for this year. The guy's 6'1", 192, very talented, great route runner. Finished last year, 147 targets, 83 receptions, 1,003 yards, 4 touchdowns. 1,000-yard receiving season, guys. Again, he did this without a good quarterback. He needs his Joe Burrow. He needs his Pat Mahomes. He needs somebody that will get him the ball consistently. And that's the problem with a lot of these quarterbacks, these wide receivers. They're not getting good quarterbacks throwing the ball, right? So Garrett Wilson is a guy that's got a ton of upside this year, and he's going to be pretty decent value in your fantasy football draft. So be sure to target him, all right? Second guy here, all right? Again, quick video here, bite-sized information as we get closer to the NFL draft. And when that happens, then I can lay out the 16-round draft solution. The guy I'm talking about here is Drake London, 6'4", 213, round 1 pick last year, 8th overall. The guy's talented, right? Again, another disaster at the quarterback position. Mariota sucks. Years to wow us, we're not wowed. Ritter, could that connection come in? Ritter was a 3rd-round pick last year. Drake London still finished 31st in fantasy points. The only wide receiver there was Zucchini, whatever his name is. He sucks. So you got a guy who finished with just under 1,000 yards, 886, 4 touchdowns, 72 receptions on 117 targets. And the quarterback was a disaster. Like I said, Ritter wasn't fully integrated. They started the year with Mariota. I don't know why. You've got this young quarterback. You know Mariota sucks. He's not going to take you to the promised land. Why not play your potentially better player, which was Ritter? We're going to have to see what they're going to do in the NFL draft. But either way, Ritter could be the guy. But again, 3rd-round pick. Are we going to be excited? Is he going to be the guy? something to monitor, but I think the talent is definitely there. Drake London is going to take a step up this year. He, again, similar to what we're talking about, needs a good quarterback to throw him the ball. Either way, upside, he's going to probably be decent value, okay? Third guy here, and there's way more, guys. That's why you guys to subscribe, get 60 rounds. I'm going to lay this all out there for you. And in this channel, we're going to be doing more sleepers, breakouts, all that stuff. But Treylon Burks is number 3 here. Another first-round pick, 18th overall, played 11 games, 54 targets, 33 receptions, 444 yards receiving, and 1 touchdown. It doesn't look good, but he did look flashy in several plays, right? He does have that upside, made some remarkable catches. Youth, talent, upside, again, high draft capital in him, and they don't have any other wide receivers. So when I look at a guy like this, I look at a guy that could really shine, and, they brought Malik Willis in. Didn't get it done. Tannehill only played 12 games last year. Are they moving on from him? From what I understand, at the time of this recording, they're going to get a relatively early draft pick. I think they're going to get a top 10 pick this year, potentially. So are they going to move on from Ryan Tannehill? That's a big question. And again, 3 different QBs is what Treylon Burks is working with. Never got integrated, only played 11 games. So again, this is another guy that's super talented, that has a ton of upside, could be a wide receiver sleeper this year if the quarterback situation plays out. Again, run first team. Is Henry on the decline of his career? I think I'm going to stay away from him this year. I think he may have another good, solid pinnacle year. I'm personally probably staying away from Henry because he had his big year last year. After a down year, I'm going to fade him this year. I wrote him last year. You got to know when to hold him, know when to fold him. I'm probably going to be folding Derrick Henry this year. I'm going to be maybe grabbing Treylon Burks as a sleeper later on as a guy with a ton of upside, but again, quarterback dependent. All right, guys? So Garrett Wilson, Drake London, Treylon Burks. Very short episode here, guys. Again, get the 16-round draft solution. Subscribe, thumbs up. I'm going to keep rolling out this content for you guys and start educating you guys, giving you guys some background packages, some in-depth analysis, some sleepers and breakouts so that you're not caught wasting an early round draft pick on a wide receiver that's just going to bust. It happens every year. Cooper Kupp, first overall last year, they told you. I said avoid him coming off a pinnacle year. We saw this again with Michael Thomas in 2019. Had this big year, 2020, everyone's like, draft him. I'm like, Michael Thomas is going to bust. Sure enough, Michael Thomas was never the same Michael Thomas from that year, years ago, right? It was his pinnacle year. So, guys, you just got to think outside the box. Everyone's going to ride Jefferson. I'm looking for value at wide receiver. There's a ton of wide receivers. It's not like the running back position, guys. Running back is scarce, right? There's only a handful of running backs with minimal committees. Go robust RB early rounds and get these sleepers later on, all right? We'll talk soon, guys. Subscribe, thumbs up, drop a comment below. Let me know of an upside wide receiver. We'll talk soon. Fantasy 2023 is here, and enjoy the Super Bowl. I'm out.